Welcome to the Deep Dive. So today, we're really getting into something fascinating. How language works when we talk about things happen. Well, right now, we're doing a deep dive, looking at just one source today, a script actually, designed to teach the present continuous tense. And our mission really is to unpack this, to pull out all the key stuff, the important bits about how we talk about the present moment. It's kind of a shortcut, yeah, to being really tuned in.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just about grammar rules, right? That's not the main thing here. It's more about, well, giving you the actual tools, the language you need to talk about what's unfolding, like in real time. Could be a meeting, could be something on the news, or even just, what you're doing right this moment. It brings this clarity, these little aha moments when you start seeing the differences between actions.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. The now,
Mm,
our spheres, it lays out the core structure pretty simply. But like you said, there's more to it. It's basically subject plus amisar plus verbing.
mm,
And that verbing bit,
mm.
that's the present participle, right? That seems to be where the action is, literally.
That's exactly it. That ing is the signal. It tells you the action isn't just, a fact or something that usually happens. It's in progress. It's happening. It's unfolding.
Right.
And the source, it makes it really clear there are, well, three main ways we use this, even though it's all about now-ish. First one, the most obvious one, maybe. Actions happening right at this very moment. Pure immediacy. The example they give is perfect. I'm watching a video.
Yeah.
Not what I usually watch, but what I'm doing right now.
Okay, so that's the immediate present. But you said now-ish, so
Yeah.
it stretches a bit.
It does. That's the second use, temporary actions. So these aren't like permanent situations or habits. They're things happening for a limited time. The source uses, she's staying with her friend this week.
Okay, so the this week part reinforces that it's temporary.
Exactly. The tense itself implies it, but the time phrase nails it down. It's what's happening for now.
And then the third one.
Mm.
This is the one that sometimes catches people out, right?
Yeah.
Using a present tense for the future.
It does, yeah. And this is where the nuance really comes in for someone who knows the language well. The present continuous can also signal planned near future actions. And the key word there is planned. It's not just a maybe, it's an arrangement. It's something that's already set up.
Like putting it on the calendar.
Pretty much the example, we're meeting them tomorrow. It's not we might meet them or we plan to meet them. It says this is happening. It's arranged. And through all three uses right now, temporary, near future plans, that inging is doing the work. It's signaling that ongoing, continuous feel.
Okay, that makes sense. So maybe we can look at how this actually sounds in, normal conversation. Let's
Yeah.
take some of those examples from the source. And if you're listening, think about how these might pop up in your own day.
Good idea. So for those right now actions, they're very direct, like, I'm speaking or you're listening, hopefully.
Yeah.
And the classic one, it's raining outside. It's funny, weather does seem to be constantly in progress, doesn't it?
It really does. It's rarely just, it's always raining.
Right. Then, for those temporary situations, we see things like, he's working from home this week. Again, this week tells you it's not permanent. Or just the tense itself suggests it might be temporary.
Okay.
Or they're living in London for a few months. The for a few months makes it explicit, but even without it, they're living in London can suggest temporary, depending on context.
Right. It implies it's not necessarily forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then back to those future plans.
The arrangements.
Yeah. The examples really show that sense of a settled plan. I'm meeting my friend at 5. That sounds like a fixed appointment, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And we're traveling to Candy next weekend. Again, feels confirmed, like the tickets are booked. And using the present continuous here, it just adds that little bit more certainty maybe than saying we will travel.
That's a really useful distinction.
Sure.
Okay, so this brings us to something I think is a real light bulb moment in the source material. Let's compare two sentences. First, she reads books. Simple present, tells you about a habit.
Right. A general truth about her.
But now compare it to she's reading a book now.
Yeah.
What's the fundamental shift there? Just adding is and ing.
Oh, that comparison is gold. It really gets to the core of it. She reads books. That's a characteristic. It's part of who she is, what she does generally. But she is reading a book now that's about this specific moment. It's dynamic. It's happening right now, and it's temporary. She won't be reading it forever.
So it zooms in on the present action.
Precisely. And understanding that difference is, well, it's crucial. Not just for getting the grammar right, but for actually conveying what you mean about timing and permanence. Like you wouldn't usually say, I'm liking this coffee, right? Because like there's usually a state. You'd say, I like this coffee, but
Yeah.
you would say, I'm drinking this coffee because that's the action happening now. So the present continuous is really about that unfolding, temporary, dynamic aspect of the present.
That's super clear.
Yep.
Okay, let's make this interactive for a second. We've got a couple of quick practice questions, just like in the source, to sort of test your intuition on this. I'll give you the sentence with a blank. You try and fill it in mentally with the present continuous. Just take a moment. Okay, first one.
He play football now.
Okay, thinking that should be is playing. Classic right now, action.
Oh.
The game's happening.
Perfect. Okay, next one. I study English?
That would likely be am studying. Could be right now, or could be that temporary situation like for this semester. Exactly. Good nuance. And the last one, they
Yeah.
not listen to the teacher.
Ah, the negative. That's are not listening. Or, contracted aren't listening. Again, describes what's happening are not happening right now.
Fantastic. And great job if you were playing along, just thinking through it helps lock it in. So let's quickly wrap up the main takeaway from this deep dive. The present continuous tense, remember, MSR plus verbing, it's your go-to for talking about actions happening right now or things that are temporary or even those near future plans that are already set. It's way more than just taking a grammar box. It's about bringing that dynamic, unfolding quality to your communication.
Absolutely. It lets you really pinpoint the nowness of things. And, thinking bigger picture for a second, if this tense is so good at capturing what's happening now, these dynamic or temporary things, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How does that connect to things that maybe started in the past but are still kind of relevant now? Or actions that just finished but you still feel the result? What other ways, what other tenses help us capture different kinds of now or different connections across time? It opens up a whole way of thinking about how language shapes our reality, really, something to mull over.